So Mitch, we did a video a few weeks ago. So we did a long drive, a bit of a jokey video between the SLDR and the Titleist. But since then, you've actually come out and bought the 915.
I have purchased the 915, 915.
So you had the 913.
Yep.
And so have you been finding it's going further?
It's hard to tell because obviously it's getting a lot colder as well. So it's certainly hard to tell this time of year. I didn't really get too much comparison between the two. What I have found is the miss hits are certainly a lot more forgiving, which I seem to be doing a lot of at the moment, which is good. So
more forgiving. More forgiving. Jury's still out on if it's going any further.
Let's have a go.
Give it a whack.
We got an 8.5 degrees standard. It's on A1, which is standard. It's got the Diamana extra stiff flex. I think it's about 73 grams. Not a lot else to say about this one really, but I just think it looks really good. I mean, I've played Titleist for a few years and they haven't changed for their appearance too much for a while. Let's give this one a smack.
Yeah, not too bad. And what are you finding with the sound?
It echoes in here. We're in the studio and it's really echoey. It's quite a lot louder than the 913 or the 913.
So come then, yeah, you get told off. Come on, let me have a go. I'm itching behind the camera. I'm not designed to be behind the camera. I'm a showman. So when I first saw this one, I didn't like this new.
Yeah, it's a little bit off-putting that. But you're growing to like it.
Yeah, I am, because I think it's one of those. I've played DCI irons since it was my first.
That's going back a few years.
Yeah, it was my proper set of irons. So I was so used to seeing the old logo. I was a bit disappointed when it changed, but now I'm starting to come around to it. I've already hit it a few times. It looks great down by the ball. Let's give it a whack.
Into the darkness.
Yeah, so doing that's good, and I've got the flight scope on. Let's have a little butchers. Yeah, so I changed. So I'm using an SLDR at the minute, and I've changed because of the spin of my 913. I had huge problems. I wasn't quite launching it high enough and was spinning it. But with this one, I mean, we've hit a few shots, and it does seem to be spinning a bit lower. And I actually really like that sound. Sounds powerful, and I'm not.
Let's turn your hearing aid down a bit.
Yeah, just calm down, Mitch. We're friends here. But no, I like the look of this one.
Thing is, I did have the SLDR in the bag for about 3 weeks. I just found it was inconsistent. It was a lot less forgiving, but mind you, when you hit it, you could tell it was hit, and it would go a long way. The Titleist for me is a lot easier to hit, a lot more forgiving, but I wouldn't say the distance is quite up to the spec of what I could find I could hit the SLDR. Yeah,
it's an interesting one. Like, again, I've hit a few here. This seems to be going a similar distance to my SLDR, but I'm using range balls here. You would need to do a proper fit, because you were fitted for this one with Mark Taylor. But I mean, I like the look of it. I certainly like the look. I like the sound. I'm preferring the spin compared to my 913, because I like the 913. I had the D2. I think this shape is a bit better than the previous D2. It was a bit lumpy, but all in all, really good club. Maybe next year, Mitch, I'll have one too.
Can I have that one?